Hey guys, up Sanu, and I'm gonna go over the new poll this time. I haven't even looked at it yet. I want to get my first reactions, but I actually do have a decent idea of what's actually going to be up for a vote for this second poll. And the reason I know that this is because of these developer blogs that Jagex releases. They've been doing these for years, and I've never even known about them. And it's kind of hard to find them. You have to like the way I do it. I just search up here developer blog, but what you can find is you go to these developer blogs and they tell you like what they're working on, what they might be in the next polls. Like right here, we have better route finding, which if that's in the poll, I think I'll vote for that. A theme world list, like they tell you what they pretty much tell you what they can do, what they might be able to develop, what they're thinking of putting in the next poll. And these might be up for a ballot. These are some quests which I think they should put in: Varrock Achievement Diary and the God Wars Dungeon, which I'll probably vote no on. But I mean, it's nice. I just want to give these a brief shout out. I mean, it's kind of nice that they have a little discussion here, and they know this isn't. They're not implementing this. They said, of course, they'd ask us first. Like here, it says, as usual, we wouldn't add these if they didn't pass a poll with 75% support. We'd also like to hear your views before even scheduling such a poll. The God Wars Dungeon looks especially likely to be controversial. So they know, these aren't like everyone's begging for these. It's controversial, and they know we're going to put these to a vote. So, again, I've said this all throughout. I'm pretty pleased with how Jagex is handling all of this old school RuneScape thing. It's really quite amazing. I really can't believe this whole RuneScape 2007 thing is back. Anyway, let's check it out. I believe we have to log in first. Yep, hold on. All right, this week's poll. Click here to vote. I don't know. Can you see the results before you vote? I guess we'll try it. Okay, I don't want to look at the results then. I just want to vote first. Okay, this is, I guess they're having this for a revote. This was on the ballot last poll, and it didn't get voted over 75%, and in the developer blog they kind of explained it better, which they really didn't do at the first place. Basically, they're saying we're going to add additional free-to-play worlds. We're not going to change any of the existing worlds. We're just going to add new ones, which I don't see why you'd be against. And they'd be free to play, so you can go PKing, and it'd be probably good for the economy. So let's read it. Some additional old school worlds will be added with free to play restrictions applied so that clans and PKers can engage in PvP combat in the wilderness without members, items, or abilities. These worlds would still remain accessible to only RuneScape members. So you can't. These aren't free to play worlds like that. They're actually free to play, but they're free to play, theme worlds, which is the same thing. You just got to pay. And of course, I mean, they really don't affect you if you don't want them. So yes, the one thing I do want to mention, I really don't think it should be 75%. I think it should be 60% approval. Over 50, I guess, is good because we don't want extremely controversial things to get passed. But I think 75% is a tough thing. I mean, there's plenty of people who just vote no on everything. Improve pathfinding and route finding to prevent the bugs where players run back and forth and dance around large NPCs. I do Slayer a lot, so I'm gonna go with yes. It's kind of like funny to see the old school pathfinding system where like you are like jerking around for like I guess jerking off for a while, like before you actually get to your target. Like you'll turn around and walk one space backwards. It's just really a mess. So I didn't mind when they fixed that. A lot of these issues are not black and white. Like it's cool to play the exact version of RuneScape 2007 with all the little bugs and glitches and the little things that were wrong with it. But for long hours of play, I think you do want some of these things patched. Update some various obstacles so multiple people can use them. Yeah, I did 1 through 30 agility at the Gnome Stronghold, and before I discovered mice, and it was really annoying having to wait at that pipe while 3 other people have to go through. So yeah, I don't see a problem with that. So far a lot of yeses. Again, I respect everyone else's opinions. If you guys want to vote no for these, I really don't see why you'd vote no for this one, unless you're merchanting and that has something to do with this. But I think it'd be good for the economy to actually have rune equipment be very useful, like a rune scimitar, rather than it just be if you don't have 60 attack. Holding on the mouse wheel button allows you to rotate the camera like the arrow keys do. I didn't even really know about that until a couple months ago, and I don't use that. I'm gonna say no because I never really was used. It'd be kind of weird to do that in fixed, even though I guess you couldn't EOC, and I never used that. And maybe there's some advantage to using it, and I don't want other people to have that advantage if I'm using the fucking arrow keys. It's kind of weird how RuneScape doesn't have the WASD keyboard controls, where you're like, if you look at the side of your keyboard, the WASD keys are often used for games to move around. I think I don't play Minecraft, but I think that uses that. I know Black Ops 2 uses that, so I like those controls. But I'm fine with having to have a weird position here where I'm playing with my hands like 6 inches away from each other. A list of activities will be added. Okay, so this is themed worlds. I always thought that was a great update. You know, I want to know where I'm going for pest control. I want to know where to go play Castle Wars. And what you could do is you could actually go on the forums. There's a good forum page. Let me bring it up here if I have it. I think I saved the actual web page. Themed Worlds Index. Yes, this is a copy of this on my hard drive. Some guy actually made like a list of theme worlds and posted on the forums, and I think a JMod stickied it. So this is nice. I mean, you could use this, but a lot of people don't know about this, so they'll just go to try and play pest control in any world, and they'll, no one will be there, so they'll just leave. So I think to get more people to play activities, the theme worlds list would certainly be a good idea. If a world is full, players trying to log into it will be placed into a queue. I've thought about this for a while, and ultimately I'm going to vote yes, because you can do a trick where you just edit the URL bar, which I found, to get into another world. But I've been using the client recently to play, and you can't do that on the client, so it's annoying having to reload the game in the browser. So, I think I'm going to vote yes for that. The queue is kind of weird, but it does look a little out of place in 07 probably, but I don't think I'll mind that. While you're trading with while you are trading with another player, their chat messages will be copied to your trade chat tab, so you can read them more easily. I don't know if they did that in the OC. I'm used to just turning public on and just reading the chat, but if it's in World 2, you really can't do that. I don't really see a problem with this. So, yeah. Oh shit, this is a big one. Players will be permitted to return to Ape Atoll without claiming the defense XP reward of the Monkey Madness quest, allowing players to attempt the Monkey Madness chapter of Recipe for Disaster. I gotta think about this one for a minute. A little backstory behind this. If you're making a 1 defense pure, you can of course do Monkey Madness, which takes place mostly on Ape Atoll. But if you don't know, to go back to Monkey Madness, you have to talk to a guy. And because you completed the Monkey Madness quest, he offers to give you some combat training XP. You can't avoid that dialogue and have him take you back to Ape Atoll. So in 2009, what happened is there was the Distractions and Diversion update, Evil Trees, where if you were extremely lucky, an evil tree would appear on Ape Atoll, and you could talk to a spirit tree who could teleport you there. So there was like a very small number of people in 2009, I think it was, who had access to adamant gloves. And then because of that, they changed it later so you can go back to the island without claiming the XP. But I think if you're pure, you should have to stick with myth gloves. That's one thing you gotta just cope with for having 1 defense. I have a well, it's actually 2 defense, but I made a 2 defense pure in the actual real RuneScape back in like 2011, and I think I do have Addy gloves by now, but I don't know. I think I just prefer pures having myth gloves. Not really a big deal, but I'm gonna vote no. If you cast a second alchemy spell while a previous alchemy spell is still in progress, the second spell. Wait, what the hell? Okay, I gotta actually pay. I'm just paraphrasing these mostly, so I'm gonna actually read this one verbatim and try to figure it out. If you cast a second alchemy spell while a previous alchemy spell is still in progress, the second spell is queued up to run when the first one finishes. This would not queue up any more than 1 spell at a time. I was doing a lot of alching the other day, and it was kind of annoying to alch like this, and I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal, which is why I say I'm going to vote yes. I'm voting yes on a lot of these. I've been noticing. One thing that I'm pissed off that isn't here is, why can't it say right here, have question 10, auto rejoin the last clan chat you were in when you log on. That'd be a nice one. I don't know why that hasn't even been acknowledged as an issue by Jagex yet. But, I like to think of myself as a pretty, not politically, but in terms of RuneScape 2007, I don't want them to change a whole lot of shit. But some of these little things, I mean, they don't really matter if you're like a really hardcore old school player, and I am, but I don't really mind these little things being added. So there we go. I'm going to cast my vote, and let's take a look. All right, this I'm glad right off the bat. This is probably one of the most important ones. Looks like we are going to have free-to-play PKing worlds. It could change. The poll was only open today, but by the looks of it, yeah, we're getting that, which is nice. Again, it's additional worlds. It's not other worlds. It's additional worlds. They're not. I would not vote for it if they said, okay, we're going to take worlds, 70 through 80 or 78 or whatever, and make them free to play, because that would be annoying because I wouldn't be using them. But if they're additional worlds, that's just great. Jagex is going to be paying more for the server, but that's not my problem because I'm paying $5 for membership. Pathfinding, that's overwhelming majority. Looks like we're getting that. This, the pipes, the little agility courses, we're getting. This is a fairly good majority, but I voted no for this one. Looks like we're not getting it. The theme worlds, looks like we're getting that. Again, these could change, but a lot of them are past the point where they're really not able to change very much. I mean, a lot of people have already voted for these. So theme worlds, I think that's great. It's cool to see the old worlds list, just how it was, but it wasn't that great. It hasn't aged well. Let's see. World is full. The queue. Looks like that could happen, but 67% isn't a whole lot. We need 675. I mean, that might happen again, but I don't see why people really don't want that. Again, it is kind of weird. It would be weird if that happened, but I think it'd be worth it. This one, maybe they have this in EOC. I'm really not aware, but I guess that's a popular one. I was reluctantly saying yes to that because I just thought it'd be weird, but I guess it's a good thing. I mean, convenience did make the EOC really bad in some ways because everything is just so easy in it. There wasn't any challenge, but there are some things where, it's not like it's hard to get in the world too. It's just really annoying. So, all right. So that is certainly going to get passed. I think there's almost no doubt about that. I'm surprised we have a majority for this, but I guess one defense peers do want to get their cooking levels up because it is 59%. I said no, but again, it's still a majority we got, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I guess that 75% thing is kind of saving me here. If you cast, okay, I guess people are voting for the alchemy thing. I thought these would be a lot more controversial than they are, but I guess they're not. So I think I voted pretty similar to how other people voted. I was surprised to not see that, okay, I don't have it open, but any of those quests were back up for a vote. If the Gawa's dungeon was up for a vote, I would have really liked to see the results for that. I've been like betting with friends, like it's like I think that it's going to be under 75. They think it's going to be over 75, but we'll see. I'm sure that'll be up sometime. But the number one thing I would like to happen is for the clan chat to be automatically rejoined every time you enter, and it also hurts the clan chat itself. Like if you're trying to run a clan chat like I am, Andrew AJT62 friend clan chat, people might join it and think, oh, there's a nice clan chat, and then forget to join it and then never join it again because they don't remember. So I don't really get why that hasn't been acknowledged. I think enough people have been complaining about it, but it's more annoying than it is a necessity, so it looks like that hasn't gotten enough attention that it deserves. So it looks like a pretty good poll. Again, some things I'm disappointed that weren't on the ballot, such as those extra quests. And you guys know me, I'm doing a shit ton of quests. I think I have like 185 quest points off the top of my head. The Gawa's dungeon wasn't yet up for a vote, but some good things. Looks like we're going to get a little improvements to the game, and it will be certainly nice to see those free-to-play worlds. Maybe I'll buy back a RuneScape and try them out. And free-to-play PKing was a big part of the game. Half the worlds back then were free-to-play, so half the game was free-to-play. And if you want to make what is it, range 2H pures, those are always fun. Skim 2H pures, those are great. And free to play PKing was a great part of the game, so I'm looking forward to that. Of course, the problem is you really can't use prayer for very long, and the loot is kind of shitty, but it's still fun, and I'm glad it's probably coming back. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, like this video, even if you might disagree with some of my opinions on this. I mean, this is the point of the poll, so whoever has the most popular opinions will win. So of course you can disagree. I'm not saying fuck you if you think that you should be able to get to Monkey Man, if you should be able to get to Abattoa with one defense. I'm not pissed off if you disagree with me. A lot of people get that impression from other people, but I respect people's opinions. Other than if you think HD should be an 07 or something ridiculous like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Join Andrew AJT62 friends chat or clan chat, depending on what game you're playing, EOC or 07. And have a good day. Like this video and subscribe. See you guys later.